There's a part of every path that no one really prepares you for. Not the grind, not the deadlines, not the pressure to perform, but the silence. Tonight, the five rings broke, not because of impossible workloads, not because of failure either, not because I couldn't keep up. They broke because I was alone, no witnesses, no structure, no expectations, just me in a college dorm room with too much awareness and nowhere to replace it, nowhere to place it. I used to think strength was about how much pressure you could endure while standing tall. But this kind of pressure doesn't come at you head on. It seeps in quietly, patiently. The mundanity of isolation when there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, and no one around. You're left with the truest battlefield of all, your own nervous system. And tonight, mine reached its limit. I won't dress this up. I resorted to an old defense mechanism, not out of desire, but regulation. A body asking for relief when the load exceeded capacity. That wasn't betrayal. That wasn't failure. That was being human. The difference now is this: I saw it for what it was. Before, these impulses drove the car. Now they sit in the passenger seat, uncomfortable, heavy, but no longer in control. When the rings shattered, something remained at the center, Ikizama, by way of living. My orientation towards honesty, not perfection, not purity, but truth. Surrounding it, Kuko and Shinma, the void, the distractions, the coping mechanisms, the ghosts that whisper when you're alone too long. This is the test no one talks about. Not when life is busy, not when you're praised, not when you're surrounded by people who affirm, but when you're alone and no one is watching. Who are you when nothing is required of you? Who are you when you could disappear for a night and no one would notice? Who are you when the only thing keeping you moving is your own promises? I wanted to cry. I wanted to scream. And I wanted to be held. And so I did. And there's no shame in that. Wanting comfort doesn't make you weak. Needing presence doesn't make you dishonest. Struggling doesn't negate the path. And what would negate it is turning away. And I did it. I'm still here, still walking, even if tonight that walk looks like lying still and choosing not to collapse further. This episode isn't a victory speech, it's not a breakthrough, it's not a lesson wrapped neatly in wisdom. It's a field report. From the battlefield, people rarely survive long enough to describe. If you're listening to this and you're in that same silence, know this. You're not broken because you're tired. You're not failing because you reach for relief. You're not weak because you want to be held. Living honestly is heavy, and sometimes honesty hurts more than lies ever did. But tomorrow, even foggy, even slow, I'll keep walking. Not because it's heroic, but because this is my life, my story, my Ikizama, and that is enough.